Didier Deschamps has been France's manager for 14 years. Under him, France have played in 6 major tournaments. In those 6 tournaments, they have reached 3 finals, which is quite a good record. And now, Deschamps is heading into his 4th World Cup with arguably the strongest squad he has ever had. But there is one problem, because if you look at every successful France team under him, they all had one thing in common: Antoine Griezmann at the center of everything. At Euro 2016, Griezmann was the tournament's top scorer. At the 2018 World Cup, he was the brain of the attack. He linked midfield to attack, press, created chances, scored, assisted, and made the whole system make sense. And in 2022, he wasn't the biggest superstar anymore, but was just as crucial for the team. He dropped deeper into midfield, progressed the ball, created chances, and then tracked back like a central midfielder. Mbappé scored the goals, but Griezmann was the structure, and every time the structure was moved away from him, France suffered. When France got knocked out of the quarterfinals by Germany in 2014, the team was built around Benzema, with Griezmann only as a supporting cast. At Euro 2020, Benzema returned after 6 years away from the national team. But while he was individually great, he wanted to occupy the same central spaces where Griezmann usually made France flow. And as a result of that, Griezmann suffered, and France suffered too. They were eliminated in the last 16. At Euro 2024, they were eliminated from the semi-finals after extremely underwhelming performances. Griezmann was still there, but he wasn't at his best anymore, and by the end of France's journey, he got dropped. But without having the best version of him, France suffered and scored only 1 goal from open play during the whole tournament. And that is not a coincidence, because replacing a player like him is damn near impossible. He gave the team structure, balance, harmony, and direction. He could decide games on his own, but also make everyone around him better. He knew when to drop, when to run in behind, when to play first time, when to slow the game down, when to speed it up, when to move into space, and when to drag someone away to create space for someone else. He was choosing the right pass at the right time to the right teammate. He was orchestrating the whole attack. But that wasn't even the most valuable part of his game, because what he did off the ball was even more important. You will not find any superstar attacker who worked as hard as Antoine Griezmann. However, he didn't only work hard, he also worked smart. He ran for the stars in front of him. He filled gaps before they became dangerous. He understood which spaces he needed to cover. But now, for the first time, Deschamps is going to a tournament without him. So how can he replace him? How can France build a balanced team without the player who previously made the balance possible? For about a year, France have lined up with a 4-man attack. Griezmann's old number 10 position has been taken by Michael Olise, but he doesn't play as a fixed number 10. He often interchanges with Ousmane Dembélé on the right. Both of them drop into central areas. Both of them want touches. Both of them can receive under pressure, carry the ball, beat players, progress attacks, and play the final killer pass. They can calm the game down. They can disrupt it. They can create chaos. They can take 3 players out of the game with 1 action. In front of them is Kylian Mbappé, who starts as the number 9 but doesn't really play like a classic striker. He drifts across the front line, especially towards the left side, where he can interchange with the left winger. That left wing role is filled by Désiré Doué or Marcus Thuram if France want a different profile. His main task is to stretch the pitch and offer 1v1 threat from out wide. From the bench, France can still bring on Ryan Cherki, Bradley Barcola, Magnus Akliouche, or Jean-Philippe Mateta. On paper, this looks like an exciting and fluid attack that can effortlessly dismantle any defense. But in reality, there are many question marks. Because Deschamps' success has always been built on balance, he often played Moussa Sissoko and Blaise Matuidi out wide to cover for the attacking superstars. In 2022, he used a front 3 with 2 classic wingers, but had Griezmann in the midfield doing the dirty work for them. And this is where Griezmann becomes irreplaceable. Dembélé, Olise, and Doué are all very hard-working players, but they do not have the defensive brain of Antoine Griezmann. And against teams that are able to bypass their press, that can become a massive issue. Because if the opponent escapes that first line of pressure, their defense has a lot of space to defend. Spain was able to exploit that space perfectly. And it wasn't just Spain. Even against Ivory Coast, France's pressing looked disjointed, which caused them many problems. But the problem is not only out of possession, it is also in midfield. Because if France play with an attacking front 4, the midfield 2 behind them become absolutely crucial. Tchouaméni is the holding midfielder. He often drops between the center backs, helps with the build-up, and protects transitions. But the midfielder next to him might have the most important role in the entire team. His job is to fill every single gap that appears. When one of the attackers drops deep, he has to push into the space the attacker vacates. When France lose the ball, he has to be close to the action and be the first one to counter-press. When they defend, he has to cover huge spaces. And to be fair, Rabiot can do those things pretty well. However, he is not the most composed player on the ball. And that can be a problem, because if France come up against a team that presses high, neither he nor Tchouaméni is very press resistant, and they can struggle with building up. But Griezmann is not the only old pillar France are missing. Another player who was key to their success was Olivier Giroud. He didn't always grab the goals, he was not the most prolific striker, but like Griezmann, he made others around him better. He was the target man, he occupied the center backs and created space for others. And against a well-organized deep block, a player like him might be missed. France have Marcus Thuram and Mateta in the squad, and both of them can do part of what Giroud was doing, but neither of them is Olivier Giroud. But despite all of those doubts, we can't simply write France off. Didier Deschamps in the past has shown the ability to adapt and change things that didn't work. In 2016 and 2018, France finished the tournament with a completely different lineup from the one they started with. Deschamps saw what wasn't working, adjusted, and found solutions. He has also shown many times that he can win games with substitutions, and this time he has more attacking options from the bench than ever before, but that might not be enough. France have probably the best squad in the world. They have talent, pace, creativity, chaos, magic, individual brilliance all over the team, but what they don't have is balance. And balance is what made them great in the past more than anything else. Do you think France can win the World Cup? Let me know in the comments. And if you are excited for the World Cup, subscribe for more videos.